Ever noticed in movies that whenever they are set in Italy, there is always a lavish family feast with a crowd of people and everybody is happy? And you never see the exhausted person who organized all this. Who did the work? Who has time to organize such a big feast? I know, because io sono italiana. Join me as I dive into the delicious world of Italian feast and uncover the real magic behind these banquets. I will reveal the secrets on why and how these extravagant 6-meal courses come to life. At the end of this video, you will discover the true value of this feast and why not only they're easy to do, but they also have their own advantage. Lavish Italian banquet dating back to Roman times evolved from opulent display of wealth into intricate social spectacles. In the 13th century, Italian banquet transformed into social gathering, signifying more than just dining. They became social events for fun, music and conviviality, as the warrior nobility gave way to the courtly aristocracy, changing the expression of power. During this time, cookbook emerged, and food presentation became more stylish, showcasing leadership and diplomacy skills. This lavish dining tradition continued, symbolizing power and social status. Today, they are an integral part of Italian culture, representing not only festivity and abundance, but also deep commitment to hospitality. It's not just about the food, but it's the laughter, the joke, the memories created at every shared meal. When inviting guests over, normally you serve a starter, a main and dessert. Not in Italy. In Italy, it's a grand 6-course affair. It starts with an aperitif and nibbles, followed by a vegetable-rich antipasto sitting at the table. Then a primo piatto like pasta, risotto or soup, separate from the main. The main course comes after, with their side dishes. Then a cheese platter, dessert and fruit to follow. But we're not done yet. You have coffee and liquor to serve, to digest and to keep going. And if you think that's a lot, you haven't seen nothing yet. In a lavish Italian banquet, you have up to 13 to 14 courses. This includes 2 types of antipasto, a warm and a cold, 2 primo piatti, 1 light, 1 robust, and 3 mains, delicate seafood, then white meat, and finally red meat, with a sorbet for the palate cleansing after the seafood, and each main served with their own sides. Everything is carefully paired with wine. There are cheeses, dessert, fruit, and a range of digestive. And finally, we wrap up with an espresso, as if the party is not over yet. But why would you do all this? So you think this is probably the Agnelli family showing off their wealth. This banquet must cost a fortune. Yeah, sure. It is impressive, the abundance of food, but the cost? You have served a selection of antipasti, which are normally vegetable-based. Then you serve pasta, maybe a second primo piatto like risotto. By the time the main course arrives, guests are usually quite full, and there is no need for a lot of meat and fish. Our starter and primo piatti are usually less expensive. Italian meals can be abundant because they're actually cost-effective. Food waste is also kept to a minimum. Courses are not served on individual plates. Instead, they're brought to the table for everybody to serve themselves. This means that guests can pick what they like or avoid what they can't eat, making it easier for those dietary restrictions and preferences. This variety of courses give guests a wide choice of dishes in case they have allergy, food intolerance, or they're just picky eaters. Those cautious souls who take tiny portions fearing the quality of the cooking are in lack, as it is standard to offer a second. And one more good news. As food was placed on service dishes, There is no waste. You will have plenty of leftover and you won't need to cook for days. Which is very handy if you have two sons like me. There is one more advantage on all this, something that distinguished Italian from their generosity and hospitality. Everyone is welcome, even last minute. A famous Italian musical from the 70s says, "Aggiungi un posto a tavola, che c'è un amico in più." Add a seat at the table, there is a new friend coming. With such an abundance of food, any last-minute guest is welcome to join. So, are you starting to see the point? You are showing off a lavish meal, which didn't really cost a lot of money. Everybody's happy, including the fussy food critics. Not that I would care about them anyway. Even your sore friend who was home alone was able to join at the last minute. Nothing is wasted. And once the party is over, you don't have to cook for days, and the fridge is full of delicacy. Still, orchestrating such an extravagant feast is a full-time job. For Italian, cooking is a happy place. It shouldn't be stressful. So Italians tweak those aristocratic banquet and still celebrate with flair, but without needing a battalion of cooks and servers. It's all about enjoying grandeur without turning your kitchen in a Renaissance court. So what are these genius tricks Italians use to organize those parties? I will give you 5 tricks you can apply in your own kitchen. But first, do you know Zia Carmela? Everyone in Italy has an old Zia Carmela who is willing to help. With skill, Zia Carmela turns any dough into a mountain of orecchiette, tortellini and ravioli. When she's finished, her chair is moved out into the balcony to check on her neighbor. She loves that. Unfortunately, not everybody has a Zia Carmela. I don't either. But I'm sure you'll have friends and family who are willing to help. Rosa can fetch the fresh tortellini at the local pastificio. Mario will be happy to fry the appetizer. Gilda, the vet, will cook the lamb. Antonio will get dessert. With his sweet tooth, we are in safe hands. The youngster, instead, can set the table. Less thrilling than their social media feed, but hey, everybody has to start somewhere. In Italian family, everybody joins to prepare those feasts. And that's how you build memories. My father, for example, used to fry the crispelli for Christmas Eve. There, it's a fond memory I have of him. That's how we share experience. We build bond and pass down tradition, making each dish a story. That's how we, Italians, preserve our culinary heritage. Still, 14 courses is a lot. So what else can you do? 1. Include in your menu some cold dishes, usually the appetizer. They can be prepared ahead of time and served cold. Think about the antipasto platter that you find in Italian restaurant in Italy. You can use cold cut of meat or even jarred vegetables like eggplant, pepper, artichokes or mushrooms. If you go in a deli store, you can find some good quality. If you feel like making them yourself, it's easy enough because you can make them the day ahead. Roasted and stewed vegetables taste much better after their flavor marinate a day in the fridge. Anything with eggplants gets better every day because they're like sponges and absorbs all the flavor. You can make insalata di riso, caponata, bresaola, vitello tonnato, terrine, pâté. Here you can find all these Italian recipes you can prepare ahead of time. And then you have those martipans that says, oh, but pasta and risotto have to be made last minute and they have to be served immediately, so that's a lot of work. 2. That's why Italian invented lasagna, timballo, timpano, pasticci. You can make them ahead of time and bake them at the last minute. 3. But what about the main dish? That's where you focus your attention, on the main dish. And the side dish, choose some side dishes that are easy to make. You put them in the oven and forget about it. You can make baked potatoes, baked risotto, gnocchi alla romana, giambotta. And for everything else? 4. Anything else that requires complex preparation, you make it weeks ahead and freeze them. There are so many delicious dishes that can be made ahead of time and freeze well, like soup, consommé, pie, vegetable casserole, stuffing, meats, and even struffoli. Come Christmas, I filled up my freezer with food packaged in single portion, so I can defrost only the amount I want. You have an expected guest? Defrost an extra portion. While you're busy cooking, your son comes in the kitchen and asks, I'm hungry. Take out a portion of frozen food, shove it in the oven, feed them, out of your way. Complex appetizer like stuffed olive, mozzarella, uova alla monachina, they're frozen, ready in the freezer. And you don't have to worry because Mario is going to fry them. 5. I also freeze many of meal prep, like grated parmigiano, Italian breadcrumbs, soffritto, stock, consommé. Once most of my prep is done, the cooking is so much faster. And there are a lot of Italian recipe and prep you can make ahead of time and freeze. You will find many on my blog, easy accessible on the QR code of my mug, and you can find it on my shop on the link below. Now that you know all the tricks, the devil is on the details. With all those courses, how do you really structure such a complex meal? What are the secrets to structure a successful complex banquet? Subscribe to my YouTube channels and get notified to my next videos. Next, you can watch how Italians structure their feast from 6 to 14 courses. In the meantime, check out my last video, 3 critical principles to create authentic Italian meals, even if you are not Italian.